One is that the problem is not, I have so many ideas, Jennifer. That's not the problem. The problem is the indecision. Well, hey, friends, welcome back to the podcast. Appreciate you being here with me today. I really do. Do you know podcast people are some of the smartest? Oh, my dog's going to hang on here. Let's just see if we're going to have to start over or not. Okay, maybe not. All right. Podcast listeners on average make more money than people who don't listen to podcasts. They usually have more education than people who don't listen to podcasts. And you could be surfing TikTok right now, and instead you are choosing to listen to someone who may or may not be able to teach you something that could be helpful in life and business. And so I just want to applaud you. Like, give yourself a big round of applause because podcast people are my favorite people. So what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the fact that you've got a lot of ideas. Okay. So I think we figured out recently, we're at 23,000 clients that I've, mostly women that I have coached in the last decade. So, you do begin to really see systems, over and over, patterns over and over. You do start seeing, I have lost my mouse, you guys, on my screen. And so my notes are there. And if you're watching me on YouTube right now, you're like, why is she on the struggle bus? I don't know. Let's hit the mouse. And there we go. Look at that. Okay. All right, I got it. I don't know what just happened, friends, but after I hit it a few times, it's now working. But I do tend to see some patterns and some things that I can recognize over and over. So here's one thing that I know. A lot of entrepreneurs are full of ideas, okay? And I want you to know, like, this is a blessing because I also have people who will come into my coaching. They're like, I just don't know. Help me decide on something. What can I do for a business? And I need to know like how I could decide. I want to do something online. I just don't know what I could do. Okay. Then I also have people who are like, I have so many ideas, Jennifer, so many ideas, and I just don't know which one to pick. And so I want you to know that it's a gift to have a lot of ideas. As long as, I want to preface this, as long as you will pick, okay? Because there's some issues that come with having a lot of ideas. One is that the problem is not, I have so many ideas, Jennifer. That's not the problem. The problem is the indecision. Because a lot of times you're thinking, oh, I just can't land on something. This is an issue that I have so many different ideas. Listen, having the ideas is a blessing. Okay. Don't make it something it's not, but it's your responsibility to decide on one of them and go forth. Okay. What's keeping you stuck isn't a lack of ideas, it's a lack of clarity, and it's a lack of courage to begin. It's a lack of being able to pick one and start. It's like you're standing in front of a buffet, but you're starving because you can't decide like which food do you like actually put on your plate and begin to eat. Like at the end of the day, there usually comes a time when we're like, you just have to pick something and go. You just got to pick something and go. And so, but what will happen is really well-intentioned women will get so bogged up at the what if I pick the wrong thing? Okay, and what if you do? All right, I've got a lot of coaching and training that I could do on that topic, but it's often fear of picking the wrong thing that is what is keeping women from picking. So if you have 4 or 5 things, you're like, I could do a business where I help people in their marriage. I also am really good at organization. So I could start a service-based company here in my local community where I go organize closets for people. I also am a writer. And so I thought about writing a book, Jen, especially about like my life story and what I've learned because of it. But I also am really good at making graphics. So what if I started like an online marketing? Like when you have 4, very different ideas, a whole bunch of different ideas, a lot of times you're looking at those, and because you can't decide which one will be successful, you don't decide at all. Or more often than not, what I see is that people will not decide because they're really, it's fear wrapped up in a bow just to say, I can't decide. I don't know which one. I can't decide. There's so many options. The truth is, a lot of times you're just scared. What if it fails? What if it succeeds? And if you continue just to say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, then there's no risk involved, right? So a lot of times, precious, well-meaning, talented, on the edge of a breakthrough people will come into my coaching and they'll be like, okay, I'm just praying about it. I'm just praying about it. I'm just praying about it. And sometimes they are praying about it. And other times they're just literally procrastinating out of fear. Sometimes they're praying about it, and I want to say, come on out of that prayer closet. Yes, the Bible says we're to pray without ceasing, but it also says that faith without works is dead, which means at some point you're going to have to actually like partner with God, link arms, go ahead and try something and see what God does with it. So often I just find that when people have too many different business ideas, that a lot of times they won't start just because they're just masking their fear. I'm scared I'm going to pick the wrong thing. I'm scared it's going to fail if I actually try it. So I'll just keep telling everybody how many ideas I have and continue stalling. All right. I've also noticed that when I'm coaching people, that they have a very difficult time narrowing something down. Okay. Now, I'm going to help you out here just a little bit. Okay. If you were to line up all of the entrepreneurs in the whole wide world and you would give them what's called the Kolbe test, Kolbe, the majority of entrepreneurs you're going to find are something called quick start. So a quick start is somebody that has lots of ideas. A quick start is somebody that is a visionary, that is big picture, and really needs to surround themselves with people that are able to put into place the things that are necessary to fulfill the vision that the visionary has. Okay. And so a lot of times what happens is you've got, these visionaries, they've got all the ideas and they're trying to narrow down which one to do. But they literally are like, I don't want to be boxed in by deciding on one thing. I see this over and over and over. And here is the hang up that a lot of visionaries have. You've got to remember that you're not deciding forever. You're deciding for today. You're deciding for this season. You're deciding that, like with the information that you have right now and the talents that you have today and the inkling that you've got from God right now, like this is the best decision you can make today. Okay. And sometimes I think that it would almost be helpful if somebody were to look at you with your four ideas or look at you with your two things you're trying to decide between and just decide for you. Like, how many of you have ever thought, God, I'll do whatever it is you want me to do if you will just tell me what that is? I say this sort of thing to Jason all the time. I don't want to make a decision because sometimes I just have decision fatigue. Like, will you just decide for me? I just can't make any more decisions. And so if you're listening to me right now and you're like, I have these ideas, I just need help making the decision, I do want you to go sign up real quick for the Offer Blueprint Boot Camp. That's a mouthful to say. The Offer Blueprint Boot Camp. It's totally free. I'm doing it. It starts on Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's an hour each morning. And I'm literally going to help you on how to decide on the one thing of all of your different options. Again, totally free. I'm going to walk you through like how to decide on based on the ideas you have, like which one's the most viable offer, which one is going to probably get the most traction. There are some filters that we run ideas through. And by the way, so you can go to jenniferallwoodlinks.com/offer blueprint. We'll put it in the show notes. Okay. jenniferallwoodlinks.com/offer blueprint. I need for you to remember this is not about picking the perfect thing for forever. It's about picking the best thing for today. It's picking something for today so that you can move on and start actually doing something and God can do something with it. Okay. So listen, I want to help you like quit stalling and finally get started. Some of you have been stalling so long with that spirit of hand wringing that I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Well, let me just say this in full humility. I do know. Okay. A lot of times I can work with people and I can be like, okay, I don't like that one and here's why. And I like this idea for you and here's why. But the longer you, sweet, precious, dear listener, sit on your ideas and don't get started, the harder I think it's just going to be because you get into this cycle of not doing and just overthinking. And some of you, you just need to force yourself to get started on something, to make a decision and go. That's you. Again, go to jenniferallwoodlinks.com/offer blueprint. I want to help you this week. And if on the other side of that, you're like, Jen, I don't have any ideas. Well, then I want you to come too, because I'm going to give you a formula for coming up with the ideas that could possibly change your life. And I need for you to remember that this isn't just, to have a bank full of money, although that is a really nice, what do I want to say? Consequence often of starting a business. But a lot of times there are so many other blessings on the other side of your obedience. it's a ripple effect. There are people out there who need for you to get started on the thing God has given you on this side of heaven so that they can get their breakthrough, so that they can watch you slay your dragon, so they can slay theirs. There are people that are waiting on you to take your next step before they're ever going to be willing to take their next step. So please don't think that this is just all about you. And don't let another year go by where you're like, I don't know. I don't know. Let me help you figure it out. Go sign up for the boot camp. I will see you tomorrow if you're listening to this on Monday. If you happen to listen to this on Tuesday or Wednesday, it is on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And if you sign up on those days, you will get the replay sent to you. If you can't be there live, it's okay. We have a replay. We will email it to you, but I want to help you. And we're no longer going to use the excuse of I just don't know. I just don't know, because there are some good ways of figuring it out, and I'm going to teach you those. All right, friends. Bless you. It's my honor to be here with you today. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Lola, why do you have to bark? Why, girl? Why? Why can't you just be a good girl? Here, come say hi to all the people. Come say hi to, there's a good baby.